The appointed committee will escort Representative Horsford to the Chief Clerk's rostrum. Everyone please rise.
Thank you so very much. It's an honor to be back here. I want to thank Speaker Steve Yeager and Majority Leader Nicole Cannizzaro for accepting my request to address the Nevada Legislature. Thank you to our Supreme Court justices, our state constitutional officers, and all of you for taking the time. I know this is a busy time, a month to go before Sine Die, and it's a great honor to be here as you commemorate the beginning of Asian American Pacific Islander Month. And I know there was a basketball game last night. I heard there may be some sore members, and while the Democrats may have come up a little short, it's great to see the camaraderie of that game and the charity that you support continue. You know, it's great to be back here at the Nevada State Legislature. My first opportunity to serve in this body was as a legislative intern back in 1993 while attending college at the University of Nevada, Reno. I recall the opportunities that internship afforded me to learn the importance and the role that this body plays and that each of you contribute to making the state of Nevada and the people in it better. I also recall not having a proper tie and literally being supported by some mentors who took me down the street to the local store to buy one so that I could come on the House floor. Years later, I would return to the legislature, becoming only the fourth African American elected in the state Senate and then the first Black Senate Majority Leader. Fortunately, I may have been the first, but not the last. And it's great to see my Attorney General here, Aaron Ford, for all of his great work. But during the 6 special sessions and 4 regular sessions that I served, we were able to accomplish great work. Work that you all are continuing to do and that you're doing right now. And I know, again, you got 30 days to go or more or less, so I'm not going to keep you long because I know you're tired and ready to continue that great work. But I want to underscore, you're all public servants. The staff that serve along with you to make this institution work, the great people of the state of Nevada, and I want to start by saying thank you for your service and for everything that you do for the state of Nevada. I'm now in my 3rd consecutive term and 4th overall serving in the U.S. House of Representatives, and I'm honored to have been elected chair of the Congressional Black Caucus for the 118th session. The CBC is now comprised of 58 members, the largest in our history. It's representatives of representatives and senators that are all across this country from every region and ideological perspective. We are often cited as the conscience of the Congress because we are able to work with our colleagues on both sides of the aisle to remind each other of the real and human impact of the legislative proposals that we work to advance, from health care to reproductive justice, from veterans and military budgets to the investments in nutrition and retirement security for our seniors. Now, I'm 4 months into my new term, And while, it's keeping me quite busy, but I'm also really honored to be able to advance issues from voting rights to housing affordability to equitable job creation and economic opportunity to achieving public safety, whether from gun violence to police accountability, confronting discrimination against anti-Semitism and anti-Asian hate. Because all of us should agree, regardless of party, that all of our communities should be safe. Now, in the last Congress, we were able to accomplish many great legislative victories for our nation and right here for Nevada, like the bipartisan Safer Communities Law. Now, we have a real crisis in our nation, and sadly, right here in Nevada. The gun violence epidemic is taking countless lives, many of them of our young people, inflicting great trauma on our community and our families. Pew Research reports that the number of children younger than 18 killed by guns has increased by 50% from 2019 to 2021. Children 12 to 17 accounted for 86% of all gun deaths for those younger than 18 in 2021. 33 Nevada children aged 19 and younger died from guns in 2019. Now, many of you know my personal story. I lost my father to gun violence when I was at college. I was a freshman. He was working at a convenience store when someone came in with a gun and shot him. I never got to say goodbye or to tell him that I loved him. And for too many families, that is the reality that they face every single day. That's why I have worked so hard to secure $250 million in community violence intervention funding, and why I introduced the Break the Cycle of Violence Act. I was proud to see the community violence intervention programs included in the bipartisan Safer Communities bill that we passed last Congress, and that is now resulting in real community investments. In fact, my office just recently hosted a workshop with nonprofits and organizations and government entities here in Nevada on how we can tap our share of these resources. Our children must feel safe in school. Parents should feel safe sending them to school, and this epidemic of school shootings, along with gun violence in general, must come to an end. And I want to commend the work that you all are doing in this legislature to continue to make gun safety a priority. Some of the other landmark bills that we were able to see signed into law last Congress, like the Inflation Reduction Act, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Law, the CHIPS and Science Law, are all providing real returns for Nevada as well. The Biden-Harris Investing in America agenda is creating jobs and churning our economy here in the Silver State, and I'm proud of the work that we'll continue to do. In fact, since President Biden took office, nearly $8 billion in private corporate investment has been made here in Nevada. And thanks to those legislative efforts that we passed in the last Congress and that the president signed into law, we are creating good-paying jobs, boosting U.S. competitiveness, and rebuilding our infrastructure. It's no longer infrastructure week. Infrastructure is finally coming to our communities. Nevada, as you all know, is also poised to be at the forefront of our nation's clean energy economy. Lithium is essential to powering the electric vehicles of today and the future, and corporations know that. So we look forward to working with these companies as they invest in Nevada and with Nevadans. My only ask is when I talk to any of them, focus on jobs, focus on small businesses, and make sure that the impact you make is sustaining and long-term. Don't come to Nevada if you're not willing to invest in the long-term benefit of our state. Our state's unemployment rate is at 5.5%. We've added 239,300 new jobs, and we've seen 128,000 new businesses created here in Nevada. And all across the state, we have seen 103 new projects funded thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law. Projects like the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada getting $6.7 million to buy hydrogen fuel cell electric buses to reduce emissions and to prevent health issues like asthma that disproportionately impact children and communities of color. And another $31 million investment in the Harry Reid International Airport, something that we will all need more of because of all the great sporting and entertainment events that are on deck over the next couple of years. Our legislation has also helped to lower real costs for Nevada families. Over 493,000 Nevada residents with Medicare will now benefit from the $2,000 yearly cap on out-of-pocket prescription drugs. This was my legislation that I've been pushing since 2019, and its real impact that's going to save seniors thousands of dollars a year. We also won against Big Pharma by capping insulin at $35 per month. And now companies are extending the benefits so that a 10-year-old child who needs insulin can also have the life-saving medication that they need to stay alive. 96,000 individuals in Nevada signed up for the health insurance program through the Affordable Care Act during the last open enrollment period for 2023. And that is going to ensure that they benefit from up to thousands of dollars per year in savings from lower health care premiums. And I want to thank and commend this legislature and to ask you and the governor to continue to prioritize efforts to keep Nevadans connected to their health coverage, either on Medicaid or on the Affordable Care Act marketplace, so that they can see their doctor, maintain the continuity of their health care, and avoid more costly care in hospital emergency rooms. Thank you for your leadership on this important issue. Now, the average new homeowner in Nevada will also save about $181 annually, or about 9.7% on their utility bills if this body and local governments across our state use new grants to adopt the latest building energy codes. Nevada residents will be eligible to get 30% off solar panels, battery storage systems, heating and cooling upgrades, and weatherization, which can help them save hundreds of dollars every year on their energy bills. And it's estimated that about 75,000 additional Nevada households will install rooftop solar panels because of these new tax credits. Over 191,000 Nevada households can now access affordable and even free high-speed internet through the Affordable Connectivity Program investments that were also made as a part of this work. I recently had the opportunity to bring one of the FCC commissioners into my district and to speak directly with seniors at one of our housing facilities. Many of these residents are eligible, they just needed help to sign up. And so I'm here to remind people, if you're on SNAP benefits, school lunches, Social Security, if you receive Social Security checks or housing vouchers, then you're likely eligible for the benefit. And I want you to know that my staff is willing to partner with anyone to make sure that we get people connected to this program. Because when they're connected to the internet, they're connected for their health care, for their work, to help homework with their child or their grandchild, and most importantly, to improve their quality of life. I'm also happy to hear about the efforts to create a lottery system for the state of Nevada, which has gotten further than any other efforts in the years past. When I was in this body, I led the effort then to try to establish a lottery program for our state, and I'm proud to see the hard work of my good friend, Assemblyman Cameron Miller, in leading this bill and to dedicate the funding for something as important as investing in access to mental health care. I also want to applaud efforts to improve pay and benefits for state workers, As I mentioned earlier, we are all public servants, and so are many of our staff that support the work here in Carson City and for many of the work that is done throughout our state and local government offices. As career public service should be, it should be rewarded with good pay and good benefits, especially to keep from losing some of the great talent to the private sector. I also know that you all have been working really hard to make progress on some important issues around housing. In particular, bills to address transitional housing to help deal with the homelessness crisis that is very real throughout parts of our state. I recently had the opportunity to join the U.S. Vets for the ribbon cutting of one of these much-needed facilities. In fact, it's the Betterment Community Bridge Housing Program, which is serving 46 residents at a time, 184 people per year. But it's more than just housing. It's getting them counseling and employment assistance and helping them get and keep these folks off the street and a roof over their heads. Our efforts on housing need to be laser focused. Residents in Nevada are really feeling the pinch of corporate speculators who are coming in and buying up homes, preventing veterans from using their VA to buy a home, or a first-time home buyer who might be a single mom, from utilizing some of the programs that we've all worked to encourage around home ownership. These corporate speculators are paying cash and pricing out working families. That's why I introduced H.R. 702, the Home Act, to address some of the issues that are making home buying that more challenging. And I know that the people in my district in North Las Vegas, in the Windsor Park neighborhood, are seeing their homes literally sink into the ground. So I applaud Senator Dina Neal for her proposal to help make sure that all the families in this area, mostly Black and Latino families, all continue to have a roof over their heads in neighboring communities. And on Monday, I'm leading efforts of the Tri-Caucus. We have the Congressional Black Caucus, the Hispanic Caucus, and the Congressional Asian Pacific Islander Caucus. I'm actually convening them for a summit on affordable housing this Monday in Las Vegas. And we look forward to hearing the recommendations that will help Nevadans and the policies that you all are advancing to actually make those policies part of a national conversation to confront the crises of affordable housing and homelessness in our country. We must continue to invest in our people. They need jobs. They need homes. Together, we can create the job training that they need, along with the child care our families require, to be able to work and achieve the American dream. We must focus on the economic success of our communities, where many of our constituents feel the most frustration towards government. They want to see our action on housing assistance, child care, and the child tax credit, and creating new jobs that improve their quality of life. It was this place, this very chamber, that gave me the mentoring and, yes, the tie that I needed to even come onto this floor. I'm extremely proud to continue to represent Nevada, and I want you to know that I will continue to work hard to make sure that Nevada and Nevadans have the support that they need. Thank you so much for the opportunity to address you. I look forward to your continued partnerships to deliver for all Nevadans. God bless you.